Hello, welcome back to channel 7th Blue Star. Sorry, that was a corn chip belch. I'd like to delve a little more into the consciousness thing, as infinite as it is. A few things I've realized with my expanding consciousness I'd like to pass on with you. Perhaps you've experienced them, perhaps not. Most likely you will at some future time. So, something that I said last broadcast, I'd like to reflect on a little more, and that would be the statement I made about consciousness traveling at the speed of light, or faster. Consciousness is able to do this because it is massless. There's an energy behind it, but it has no particular bulk or mass. You can't weigh it on a scale. And as we've learned from physics, law of general relativity and such, in order for anything to be able to travel at the speed of light or faster, it needs to be massless. The fun thing about this situation of consciousness being massless is it enables us to travel into the future and in some way or another to relate to past occurrences through our intuitive systems. Let's first look at how this affects being able to see things in the future. When we dream at night, there seems to be less emphasis on a general earthly time scheme. There may be some awareness of time as events unfold, but there doesn't seem to be as much emphasis on the time as it unfolds in our dreams relative to actual physical earth time that we experience when we're awake or not sleeping, better put. I think I've alluded to the fact that déjà vu is usually some type of experience we've encountered in the dream state, whether we're hypothesizing in our dream state or actually making a dry run, practice run of something that we're going to try to propagate at some future time. Our brains are able to do this when our consciousness is massless whilst in dream state. This also happens in meditative state or even something like a trance state. This is how some people in the past have been able to quite accurately predict general probabilities of outcomes we're not talking about exact science, just general probabilities, because the time between what we see in the future in our dreams and the time that it may actually happen could be very close or very far apart. So there may be a lot of time in between what we see happening in the future in our dreams and the, the possibility of it actually happening. Likewise, in the fully conscious state, meditative state, trance state, whatever you want to call it, we can become better tuned to our intuition. Our intuition acts on past events and experiences that may span short or long distances in time past. Intuition is like a memory bank that we have in our consciousness that remembers important lessons and situations from the past. The energy of those experiences are so important, we carry the energy of that experience forward in a memory as intuition. So those are brief examples of how our consciousness can travel forward and backward in time. The point in the middle, where we are here and now, is not to try to predict the future so we can gain material or affect a general probable outcome in the future. It's generally, as far as I can tell, and some of my teachers have taught me, a means of helping us feel more comfortable in the moment that we are experiencing right now. You know, being in the now. Certainly no reason worrying about the past. True, sometimes we're still overcoming anxieties of past events, but as our consciousness increases, it's easier to get over these slowdowns of consciousness, and we can move forward into this moment. It's also a way of reminding us that we don't need to fear the future. True, it helps to plan a little bit ahead of time, especially when you have dependents, etc. But as we realize adaptability becoming more infinite, we don't have to worry about planning for the future as much. And we can enjoy this moment right here more freely and more completely. So we're at 10 minutes already. I'll cut this short tonight and pick up on it again tomorrow. Because you know, there's a lot more to talk about as far as how we can go forward and backward to help ourselves feel better right here and now. The more happy we become in this here and now moment, the less we find ourselves going back into the past or trying to look into the future to what may happen. It's not supposed to be a parlor trick or anything like that. It's all to help us feel more comfortable and more at peace right here, this moment. And that is one of the most wonderful feelings we can experience as humans. Fully conscious right here in the moment. You know, we've all heard be here now, be in the now, live in the now. The more we can experience that, the more happier we are now, and that just radiates out. It's contagious, it's palpable. A truly happy person, whether they're smiling all the time or laughing all the time, it's contagious. And this is a good thing because it helps other people enjoy the moment right now for what it is. I hope I haven't oversimplified it. I don't mean to oversimplify it. And there are many scenarios in between what I'm trying to convey to you through my experience and my teachers' experiences. But the general idea with expanding our consciousness is to become more peaceful right here, right now, whatever is going on. Even if it's a terrible moment of pain and sorrow and suffering, it won't last. The suffering and the pain does not last. We move on. We don't need to forget past. We just need to forgive what might have happened in the past that we pull forward into this time, here and now, as grief or anxiety or whatever it is that keeps us out of enjoying this moment. So I hope I haven't confused you. I thank you for listening and staying tuned to yourself, because that's the most important thing. All the answers you seek are in your consciousness when you're willing to look deep. So, until tomorrow, namaste. Happy Father's Day. One last thing. Aung San Suu Kyi just got her Nobel Peace Prize today in her hand. She gave a wonderful speech. She's truly inspirational, and I think we can learn a lot from her. If you listen to her Nobel speech, I think it will put you into a very good spirit. So, enough for tonight. See you soon. You're good.